How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be explaining why you should make this investment right now in MLB The Show 23, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Recently I talked about the Kaiju Takeover Part 2 program ending, and I was incorrect about the fact that they would go up in price simply because they had put those cards in the flash sale, which is another thing I was talking about 10 days ago, maybe 11 days ago. But with that being said, there is a new opportunity in order to make stubs. You have about 4 days, maybe a little bit more than 4 days. And that would depend on when you're watching this video and how many hours are left. But as you can see, I am purchasing a lot of these Season 2 XP boss cards. And I'm mainly focusing on 3 of the 99 overall cards. I think these 3 players will have the most value as the seasons go on, as Set 3 cards are released. I feel like the Set 2 cards, at least at various positions, will lose value. For example, Chase Utley is at the top of his position. He is one of the better cards at second base, and I think it will stay that way, even with the release of Season 3 XP bosses, as well as the Set 3 Team Affinity program, right? We can expect other second basemen to be released, but I think he will at least hold his value for a few weeks with enough time for these cards to kind of get up to about 25,000 stubs. If you're able to get these Season 2 XP bosses for about 14 to 15K, they're kind of going up to about 16K right now. During the flash sale, some of them were about 12K or 13K, and I wasn't able to pick them up in time, but I did purchase them for right around 15. The other 2 cards I wanted to talk about that I've invested in would be the Professor and the Sandman, Greg Maddux and Mariano Rivera. I think these pitchers will also hold their value here for quite some time, because you can use 5 pitchers in your starting rotation, of course. But like for me, for example, I'd like to use maybe even 6 or 7 starting pitchers in a 6 or 7 man rotation. Kind of just swap them in and out and regain their stamina. And I like to do the same thing with my bullpen as well. I like to kind of swap in, closing and relief pitchers in and out, make sure that everybody is good to go for maybe even more than 1 inning. But I just don't think that Josh Donaldson, the Bringer of Rain, and the Kaiju Grady Sizemore will have as much value. You can purchase these cards. I still think they'll go up in price. But I think that the David Wright card is just all around the best third baseman / shortstop that we'll see a lot of. And then I think there's going to be more outfielders released, especially with the All-Star Game program and everything coming out. To be honest, I think a lot of the Set 2 cards will drop in price once Set 3 cards are released. That's kind of what happened with Set 1. But then they went back up once people realized that you can still use the Set 1 cards. Now it'll be Set 2 cards when the season resets. But I was kind of able to buy some of these Season 2 XP bosses by buying and selling some of the captain cards that were released in the flash sale. I would expect those cards to come back, right? The Babe Ruth, the Pedro Martinez, a couple of those captain cards that were brand new, the core ones. I would expect those to go down over time because they probably bring those back into the pack store. Those are never actually, or have never actually been in the pack store for a regular price of 30,000 stubs. So I would expect those cards to come back. But those are just some of my thoughts there. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going to happen with the market, but I'm pretty sure that those Season 2 XP bosses are going to go up to at least 22, 25, somewhere in that range. Maybe even 30K like they did during Set 1. It just depends on how good the Set 3 cards are when they are released. If they're, significantly better, then that will definitely affect what we're doing here. But I still think that, Chase Utley, Greg Maddux, and Mariano Rivera will at least maintain their value for a little bit of time in order to make a profit over the price that they're currently at. Until next time, I'm College Lefty, and peace out.